Hi, Mrs. Stewart, and also hello to all the guests in attendance today who are here to learn more about competency-based education. My name is Elizabeth Sturms, and I am currently a first-year student at the University of Iowa. I attended Muscatine High School and graduated last spring, and I was really involved with the design process and the implementation of CBE at Muscatine High School. My junior year, I was approached by Mrs. Stewart to be a part of the design team for CBE. And at first I was really reserved because, like many of you, I grew up in a traditional classroom based on seat time and based on letter grades, so my mind was stuck there. But after attending meetings, I began to realize that a change in our education system was needed, and CBE was the change that needed to happen. Things are changing, technology changes every day, and so our education system should change to meet the different demands that the world has nowadays than it did when a traditional classroom was in place. So different ways that I incorporated CBE during my time at Muscatine High School. I took AP Government, which is a required course for all seniors, and my year taking it was the first year that they tried it as a CBE course. So I mastered my competency standards fairly quickly. So then I had freedom to apply what I learned in class outside of the classroom and outside of a pen and paper test. So I, along with a couple other students, organized an event called Rock the Vote, where Iowa Secretary of State Matt Schultz came and gave a presentation to my senior class about the importance of voting. And it was really cool to apply what I had learned with the competencies to a real world situation, and planning this event for the students in my class. I was able to talk with Matt personally, as well as his secretary, county auditors, and different people that are involved in the voting process. And because it was an election year, we got students to register to vote, so that was a really cool aspect of being able to take all the competencies I had learned and apply them to something that mattered. I also did a senior capstone with the Stanley Foundation in Muscatine, where I helped to redesign their bi-monthly e-newsletter, and I was also able to cross competencies with AP Lit while I was completing this capstone, which was also really neat to me that I could take stuff I was doing in AP Lit and apply it to my communication skills with the Stanley Foundation and the ideas I had for their e-newsletter. And it was, at the end, I felt really proud of myself because this e-newsletter is sent out to 10,000 plus people on their listserv, and it was really cool that I had the opportunity to help this because I was in a CBE classroom with my AP Lit. So I think that CBE in the schools is a really good opportunity for students to get more involved in the community and get more involved with what they're interested in doing and interested in learning, because there's more freedom in the classroom for the students to do that, rather than a traditional classroom where they have to be in the seat for a certain amount of time. Whereas with CBE, the main focus is not about seat time. It's not about the unit of time that they're in the classroom. It's about how much and how well they can show they've learned what they're supposed to. And so it's really cool that students are able to take what they're learning in the classroom and demonstrate how they're learning it with these real-world applications, which is, what school's preparing us to do. The main thing that I really want to talk about is how competency-based education has influenced my college career and my college experience. A major fear is that, and a major reservation people have about competency-based education, is that it's not going to adequately prepare students for college education, but this is a horrible misconception. The greatest gift that CBE gives to students is that it's teaching them how to learn rather than just teaching them content. So I go to the University of Iowa, as I said before, which is a Research 1 facility, which means that all professors on campus are required to do research in their field of study, and they really encourage students to get involved and participate in this research as well, whether they're a first-year student, second year, third year, or their final year. So I think that being a CBE student is going to prepare kids how to get involved in research and how to not necessarily just research, but how to take what they're learning in the classroom and apply it to things they want to do on campus and changes they want to see on campus and changes they want to see in the world. Because yes, we're going to college for 4 years. Yes, we're still taking tests and we're still getting letter grades in college, but the main goal is to take what we're learning in our college courses and what we're learning to get our degree, to be able to apply it to what we want to do in the world. Once we get past college graduation, we're no longer going to be in a job where we take a test every day and we get a letter grade. We're going to be in a job where we have to take our years of education and apply everything we've been taught up to that point to our job or to whatever we do on a day-to-day basis, whether that be in an office or a teaching position. Anything that you do, you're going to have to take all this education you've learned and apply it. And I think that that's where CBE is being able to provide students with more college preparation than a traditional classroom. And I think that the greatest thing that CBE does for students is it gives them a determination to learn rather than simply be taught. And that's the kind of people that universities want to see on their campuses. And that's where CBE is really helping to prepare students for a college education. And so I had those same reservations when I got involved with CBE, that how is this program going to help me for college, where I know college is going to be, my grades are going to be based on certain exam scores. But once I was in a CBE classroom and once I participated in the things that I did, like the capstone project and the AP government project, and once I got on campus and realized the things I wanted to get involved with and the things that this university wanted from me, I understood that being in the CBE classroom, where I was required to demonstrate my learning in more ways than just a pen and paper test, really prepared me not only for college, but for everything I'm going to do past college. And so I'm sure that you guys are going to hear some great testimonies from more students and Mrs. Stewart, as well as other educators from Muscatine High School. But I hope that you can take what I'm saying and understand that as a college student now who had reserves when I first got involved with CBE, this is a program that you're going to want to implement in your schools, and you're going to want to prepare your students with this instead of the traditional-based classrooms, because it's going to benefit your students furthermore down the line when they get past college into the real world. So the main point I want to just stress to you is that CBE is going to develop these students that are critical thinkers and have a determination to learn rather than be taught content. So hopefully what I said was helpful to you guys and gave you a little perspective from not only a senior student, not only a high school student who's in the classes, but somebody who's been through it and is now onto a secondary education and understands the benefits that CBE brought. So I really hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your time in Muscatine today, and it was great to share my story with you. Thank you.